Around the world, 1 in 5 young people experience depression. And although there are a ton of treatment options available for youth with depression, there is still a lot of research to be done to understand which options work best. And when the treatment options can look so different from each other, like medication, individual counseling, group counseling, and virtual support, it becomes important to measure similar outcomes consistently so we can compare the results of treatment studies. This also helps researchers combine the results of different studies to build a strong base of evidence to inform treatment decisions. But what is an outcome? Let's say you get treatment for a bad headache. If we were to measure how much it has improved, we might look at your ability to concentrate, how severe the pain is, or maybe the number of days of school or work you missed due to the headaches. These are all examples of different outcomes we can measure. To date, researchers and scientists have always been the ones to decide what outcomes they think are important in youth depression studies. Youth and family members have rarely been asked what outcomes they think are important. Since they're the ones this research affects most, we want to change the way outcomes are selected. And so, the International Network for Research Outcomes in Adolescent Depression Studies, or INROADS, is an initiative that aims to develop a set of the most important outcomes, or a core outcome set, to be used across clinical research studies of youth depression. Our whole process looks something like this. In 2018, we started with a scoping review to get an idea of the potential outcomes reported in the literature. With the help of an international advisory group, we prioritized 49 outcomes that could be included in the core outcomes set. Right now, we're currently working on engaging with young people and family members with lived experience of depression. We're running a set of virtual workshops, separate for youth and family members, to get their expertise on what outcomes they think are most important. After all, they're the ones with the most personal experience on the topic. Engaging with youth and family members allows us to identify outcomes that they know to be important from their lived experience, but might be overlooked by researchers or clinicians. These virtual workshops will be followed by 3 more opportunities for youth and family members to be engaged. Youth and family members will be invited to join an expert advisory committee where they'll work closely with the research team to organize the outcomes and to ensure they reflect the voices of the workshop participants. They'll also be invited to take part in a set of virtual surveys along with a diverse group of stakeholders all around the world. Outcomes from the scoping review and outcomes from the workshops will be combined. After 2 to 3 rounds of the surveys, our goal is to prioritize which outcomes are most important and should be included in the core outcomes set. And after the surveys are complete, youth and family members will work together with researchers, clinicians, and other stakeholders at a consensus meeting to finalize the core outcome set. Finally, we'll look at how to measure these outcomes, so researchers all around the world can measure outcomes in the same way. We've already started evaluating the tools that researchers are using to measure outcomes. We also put together the INROADS study protocol that highlights how the core outcome set for youth depression studies is being developed. Both of these have now been published in JCAP. This core outcome set will be important in helping to improve the quality and usability of future research studies of youth depression. The application of this core outcome set will help ensure the results of clinical trials are meaningful to youth and family members, the stakeholders that matter the most. Thanks for watching. If you want to learn more about the INROADS initiative, take a look at our website, inroads.org.